welcome, my friends. Yes, welcome. Hope you're all well here for a quick live video of Nintendo Nightcap. We got a few stories for you. Let me know if you can hear me. I can see DG is in the chat already. Hope you are well, DG. How's it going? We're going to talk about, we got some new Mario Kart footage. We've got, what else do we have? We've got, of course, the main story. NVIDIA CEO is talking about the graphics inside the Switch 2 and what he calls the most advanced graphics in a mobile device. We're going to get into that. It's a short 2.5 minute video. We're going to get into that. We're going to look at some Mario Kart footage. We also got some new Mario Kart information regarding whether it's going to have 200cc. Nintendo doesn't want you to call it open world. Why is that? And how big is the map? We're going to look into a bunch of things. We might even look at some Witcher 4 footage, because you know what? It might come to the Switch 2 one day. We're going to look at that. Yes, indeed. But my friends, don't forget also, we do have a giveaway. We got a 24-hour special stream coming on the launch of the Switch. And if you want to win yourself a Switch 2, all you got to do is tune in on the day. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And you too, my friends, could have a chance to win yourselves a Switch 2, as you see there, my fellow friends. Yes, indeed. That is going to be 24-hour stream. Pray for me indeed. But the first story of the day, so we should really go with Mario Kart. We got new footage, but first, before I show you the footage, well, in fact, no, let's not even go to Mario Kart. Let's go straight to NVIDIA. We're gonna go straight to NVIDIA, and that is, let me go to it, because there was a very, very cool statement from the CEO of NVIDIA talking about the inspiration for the machine, the amount of work that went into the console, the amount of man hours went into the console, the type of chips that have gone into it, and also the vision of the late Nintendo president Iwata-san. So this is all very interesting. It's all packaged in a 2.5 minute clip, and we're gonna look at that right now. If I go over here, and you should be able to see it.
This is a proud moment for all of us at NVIDIA. We've worked with Nintendo for more than a decade, drawn together by a shared belief that technology should serve creativity, and that joy is worth engineering for. I still remember the day Iwata-san shared his dream with us. He wanted to create something no one had seen before. A console powerful enough for big cinematic games, but small enough to take anywhere. It sounded impossible, but that vision became the original Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, boy, 150 million sold.
We lost Iwata-san before the launch, but his clarity, his purpose, it still inspires our work every day. Together, we poured everything into that system. The Nintendo Switch took over 500 engineer years at NVIDIA. We rethought the entire stack: chip architecture, OS, APIs, game engines, so the magic could travel with you. The results speak for themselves. Over 150 million consoles sold.
150
million
million
sold. A global
sold.
Platform that brought families together, empowered indie creators, and redefined what a console could be. And now, a bold new chapter begins. The mission: build a new console that takes the original vision further. To make it so, we had to reinvent everything.
Here we go.
The chip inside Nintendo Switch 2 is unlike anything we've built before. It brings together 3 breakthroughs: the most advanced graphics ever in a mobile device.
You hear what he just said there? You heard what he just said there? By the way, do we have music on in the background? Dude, the most advanced graphics in a mobile device. Now, the Rogue Ally might have something to say that. The future Steam Deck might have something to say that, Steam Deck 2. But it doesn't matter, my friend. The Jacket Man. Let's rewind that, because yes, you heard it there from the CEO of NVIDIA. The most advanced graphics in a mobile device. Let's have a look at that. Let's listen to that once again from the Jacket Man.
Before, it brings together 3 breakthroughs: the most advanced graphics ever in a mobile device, full hardware ray tracing, high dynamic range for brighter highlights and deeper shadows, and an architecture that supports backward compatibility. dedicated AI processors to sharpen, animate, and enhance gameplay in real time. And it's ultra low power. We optimize the semiconductor process technology for high performance in a handheld device, so it can go wherever you go. This chip is a technical marvel. It delivers performance, intelligence, and beauty in the palm of your hand.
In the palm.
Switch 2 is more than a new console. It's a new chapter, worthy of Iwata-san's vision. To our friends at Nintendo, congratulations. We're honored to be on this journey with you. And to everyone who loves games, let the fun begin.
So there you go, message from the CEO, of NVIDIA, saying some really cool things there. Now, obviously, he's gonna big up his system, right? They, it's their chip. They want you to buy the Switch 2. But, I mean, it's been said from various sources for a long time now that they did put in a lot of man hours, a lot of engineering hours into each and every chip, this SoC chip that we got in there. And you can see some of the results. I should really put them up. You can see the results that we're getting. Sometimes you have to, I heard Digital Foundry talk about this. You have to forget about the numbers specific and then look at the end result. So when we look at games like Street Fighter 6 on the Switch 2 versus that on the Xbox Series S, just look at what your eyes tell you, right? The Switch 2 version of Street Fighter 6 looks and runs better. Look at Cyberpunk 2077 on the Switch 2 compared to the Xbox Series S. No one could ever have believed it would look better on the Switch 2 versus the Series S, but it does. It looks clearer, it looks a much better, clearer image, and it's running better. And it's going to only run better and better, because in the future, we already know there's going to be an update to the DLSS, which is custom made on the Switch 2. So I thought that was really cool. I thought it was cool that he brought up Iwata and that they wanted to, fulfill his vision of what he wanted the Switch to be, and that they're going from strength to strength. I'm still kind of getting used to, I mean, this is NVIDIA, right? But via Nintendo, I'm getting used to them talking power. They haven't spoken power for a long time, but they're clearly very confident in the architecture, and the technology within the Switch 2. So that's very exciting to see. So I thought that was pretty cool. And keep your questions. This is going to be a short video. I'm only going to be on for about 15 minutes because I got sleep. I want to go through all the news. So I can see Mr. G's in the chat as well, and Ioko and DG. Keep your questions, my good friend. But we're going to go for some more news, because there's some Mario Kart news as well, my good friends. So I want to bring that up because Nintendo does not want you to call it open world. They're not happy about that. So why is that? Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. You should be able to see that there now. It says Mario Kart World is not an open world game, Nintendo says. Oh, by the way, can you guys hear some music in the background? I want to have some little bit of music there. It says we actually don't use the phrase open world in development, and we're going to show you some brand new footage of Mario Kart World here in about 2 minutes time. So they got interviewed, and it says, this is an article on GameSpot, and they say Mario Kart World for the Switch 2 embraces a new format for the series with its interconnected tracks and free roam mode. But Nintendo wants people to know it's not an open world title. Producer Kosuke Yakubi, who has worked on the series since 2008's Mario Kart Wii, said in an interview with the Washington Post, we actually don't use the phrase open world in development. Why is that? Yakubi said that the term is just a little bit too ambiguously defined for Nintendo to want to embrace it for Mario Kart World. Yakubi said Mario Kart World takes place in a vast interconnected world, but you still need to do some traditional elements, of course the racetracks. It may not be an open world title by Nintendo's definition, but Mario Kart World is unlike any past game in the series due to the interconnected courses that allow players to drive from one race to the next. As for the free roam mode, players can freely explore the map by themselves or with friends. There are also the P-Switch missions and collectibles to find across the map. In other news, Nintendo has discussed the response to the fan favorite cow, and we have found out how long it takes to drive across the entire map. And this might be why they don't want you to call it open world. And if you're into the little weird guys, Mario Kart World might be the game for you. Now, we're going to go... Well, in fact, let's click on it now because... where is it? Here we go. The map. I don't know what you guys think about how big you think the world is. Here we go. So In terms of how big the map in Mario Kart World is, you might want to know. I'll read this article. I already know, but I'll read it to you. Mario Kart World brings some open world, Forza Horizon-like flavor to the Nintendo Switch 2 launch game lineup, along the way giving rise to an obvious question. How long does it take to drive across Mario Kart's world from one end to the other? How long does it take? According to recent hand-on previews by various outlets, we now have an answer, around 9 to 10 hours. Not hours, idiot. 9 to 10 minutes. So you can drive across the Mario Kart World map in 9 to 10 minutes. It says, for game files, Steven Tortillo, who drove as Wario in the game's free roam mode as far into the Eastern Sea as he could go before proceeding west on a cross-country road trip, the drive took little over 10 minutes. Other outlets like Digital Trends reported a cross-map driving taking around 9 minutes. So I don't know how amazing that. Does that seem like a big map to you? If 9 minutes, I guess like 9 continuous minutes. That's how long it takes to drive across the Mario Kart World map. I don't know. I don't know what I think about that. I don't know. In my head, for some reason, that didn't sound that large. But I guess driving, and keep in mind, you're driving at 150cc. And talking about the speed of Mario Kart, remember, they haven't announced a 200cc yet. But is that going to change? Well, I'm glad you asked, because it says here, this is via Games Radar, Mario Kart World won't have fanfare at 200cc at launch, but the game's producer is being coy about it being added later. I'm afraid I can't say just yet. And then further down it says, here we go, reread the article quickly. It says, Mario Kart World is unfortunately missing one of Mario Kart 8's best modes, 200cc, being deconfirmed for the game at launch. However, the Switch 2 game's producer is being coy about it potentially being added down the line. Mario Kart 8 launched with the standard 3 speeds, 50, 100, and 150cc, when it first arrived on the Wii U. And then when the final batch of DLC for the game arrived in 2015, 10 years ago, Nintendo introduced 200cc. This mode turned Mario Kart into the high-speed endurance test where you actually need to press the brake button for once in your life, and fit perfectly with the F-Zero maps introduced in the DLC packs. However, the beloved mode, especially by everyone at Games Radar, is MIA in Mario Kart World. It's missing. But speaking to Rolling Stone, Mario Kart producer Kosuke Yakubi is asked whether Nintendo was planning on introducing 200cc to the game later down the line, like with the Wii U version. And he says some players are really happy with the addition of high difficulty modes like this. Before adding, does that mean we're going to consider adding engine sizes that are larger than 150cc to Mario Kart World? I'm afraid I can't say just yet. Not just yet. Yo, I've never seen Edward Lashley. I think Edward Lashley might be new here. Hold on. Keep your questions, everyone. This is going to be a short video. We only got about 10 more minutes. And at the end, I'm going to take 5 minutes aside to read all your questions. Ordinarily, you know, these are pre-recorded videos, but I didn't have time. I've got to be up in 4 hours, and I really wanted to do the news, so I'm going to do it live for you all. But welcome. Can I do the claps here? No. How annoyed. I would have put some claps for you, Mr. Edward. Good to see you here, bro. I think you might be new. Are you new here? So that's all the Mario Kart news, I believe, except for the fact that we do have, hold on, my friends, we do have some new footage. Some new footage of Mario Kart did arrive today, and I'm going to play it for you because I'm a nice man. I'm a nice man. 1080, let's enlarge that bad boy. So this is, I haven't even seen the footage yet. I'm gonna watch it with you guys. But you guys probably can't hear it actually now I'm thinking about it. So I'm putting my music on. So here we go. You got like Mario Odyssey, Mario Beachwear on some jet skis. It is compressed because it's via X, so if the image isn't amazing, that's why. Oh, I'm gonna get to that in a second, Edward. We're gonna look at some CD Projekt Red gameplay in a second. So this is looking pretty nice, you know, for those of us who are missing Wave Race, right? We're getting to see some nice Wave Race-like action via Mario Kart. And actually, if you guys want to see, I didn't put it in the description yet, but Nintendo Life have posted 2 videos up, long videos of brand new footage as well. In fact, I might show it to you in a second, if you're nice. There you go. So this is looking pretty nice. In fact, while you guys are watching that, let me prep it. Hold on a sec, my friends. I'm gonna get it ready for the next clip. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so hold up. So this looked pretty cool, but the footage that Nintendo Life got, should we have a look at that? All right, let's pause this bad boy. Then I go there. This is the footage that Nintendo Life got and should have some volume. Well, I can't hear it, but hold on. There you go. So this is the new footage that Nintendo Life captured. Apparently, I think they've played about 5 hours of the game, and they like it a lot. Obviously, like we're all gonna like it. So let me know in the chat what you think about the footage. Man, the more I see it, the more I do want to play it. It's not the game I'm looking forward to the most, I'll be honest. I'm a bit more excited to watch to play Cyberpunk and to play Fast Fusion. But there you go. So there's really, really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I saw this earlier. Like, what the hell's going on here with the alien ships? And then you take control of the alien ship and you're sucking up trucks and stuff. Like, I'm telling you right now, the reason I wanted to show you this was because this is showing to me that this Mario Kart is going to end up being like our Fortnite. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. They're going to keep upgrading the map and just adding stuff to the map, you know, and you know, who knows how often, but... And they can do whatever they want. They can create any kind of challenges, any kind of like, you know, whatever, I don't know. Roam racing, I don't know, anything. Mini games, whatever you want. They're going to be able to do whatever they want with this map. This is literally going to be like open world. I know they didn't want to use the word, but to me, it's like open world Mario Kart mixed with Fortnite on cars and jets. Like, it's just great. It looks, oh man, it does look really good. It does look really good. And if I remember rightly, they did include the battle mode as well, right? I didn't forget, there was battle mode. So this is really cool. Oh, so Edward said, how many AAA third-party games are going to end up like Cyberpunk 40 FPS and handheld mode? I think a lot. I think a lot, mate. I think the Switch 2 is surprising a lot of people. You just have to look at Street Fighter 6 and Cyberpunk, you know? Definitely. Now, I'll leave that running while I sort out the next story, because the next story is a bit of a downer. It's a little bit because... Where is it? Okay, let me find it. Right. It looks as though if you're biding your time about whether to get a Switch 2, the best time to get it might be now, because a lot of developers, a lot of analysts think that, get rid of it, that the price of the Switch 2 might go up, right? Not down, because of the tariffs and stuff. So if I go over there, so you should be able to see that now. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so you can see there, it's not only chaos, but it's an absolute clown show. Switch 2 price could still rise after launch in the US, analysts warn amid tariff uncertainty. So if I scroll down for you, my good friends, in fact, let me put on some nice little music. If I scroll down, you'll see what they say. A few of them got asked about this. At long last, the Switch 2 is almost here, and pre-orders have been flying off the shelves worldwide. Despite the initial cries from many to drop the price, but if you thought the new console was pricey now, some analysts have warned that there's a real risk of further price increases in the United States. To see that tariffs were having an immediate impact on the Switch 2 situation, you need to only cast your mind back a couple of months to Nintendo announcing the pre-orders were being delayed in the United States in order to assess the potential impact of tariffs and evolving market conditions. Although some feared an immediate price increase could be on the cards, this didn't happen, even though the accessories and stuff did go up. A few weeks after this, GamesRadar reached out to a number of game industry analysts to get their take on the situation and see what could, and so we could ask if we should expect the console to get more expensive in the US down the line. And yes, many do believe that the console might not remain at its current price tag forever. And this is what they said. Who's the first one? If the tariffs talks do not progress quickly and Nintendo runs out of the first batch of hardware, price increases are certainly possible, said Dr. Serkan Toto, CEO of Japan's games industry consultancy Kantan Games. And Kantan Games tells us it's not only chaos but an absolute clown show. So nobody knows what is going on or what's going to happen even 24 hours from now. This is a point echoed by Sakano, Executive Director and Games Industry Analyst Matt Piscatella. He's a very well-known analyst who tells us absolutely there's the potential for future price increases in the US for any video game product that is sourced from tariff-impacted countries. As to how likely this is and potential timing of further price increases, well, the crystal ball doesn't help much there. He continues, the chaotic nature of the tariff rollout and the rapid shifts in policy we've seen do not provide a firm foundation for predicting scale and timing of potential price increases. On the other hand, David Cole, CEO of market research and consulting firm DFC Intelligence, is slightly more optimistic, noting that when it comes to pricing, Nintendo is in a tough spot because they've announced the price. He adds, if prices rise, many consumers may hold off waiting for them to come down. The threat of tariffs has been around for a while, and we assume Nintendo modeled that in when doing the initial pricing. So we consider future prices increases unlikely. So there you go, right? 3 analysts think the price of the Switch 2 could go up, and only 1 out of the 4 think that they might hold steady. So there you go. You know, I myself think they're going to go up because everything's going up. Sony's had to put theirs up. Microsoft has to put theirs up. Those are 5-year-old machines. Nintendo Switch 2 is brand new. It's not even out the gate yet. Now, those are all, I believe, let's have a quick look. I believe those are all the Nintendo stories. I do have one more. There was a new trailer. I don't know if you guys wanted to check it out. It was for Civilization 7. And then I thought we'd have a quick look at the Unreal 5 engine gameplay for Witcher 4, because, you know, it could come to the Switch 2 one day. Is there a trailer here? Here we go. So there's a brand new trailer. Let's have a quick look-see here. Let's have a look. Welcome, Nesden. So I've never played Civilization. I don't know if anyone here has. I haven't. But I have bought this one, but I'm saving it to play it on the Switch too. So of course, we got mouse control here, so that's gonna be really cool. FPS upgrade, image upgrade. I don't know what the resolution actually is. I need to check that one out. So that is looking pretty dandy indeed. But what I really want to show you, so let's keep that. Let's keep that there for a second, because what I want to really show you is, let's have a quick look. So earlier today there was. Here you go. Not a trailer, a gameplay of Witcher 4 on Unreal Engine. Here we go. I believe, is it this one? I think it might be this one. I think it is. So here we go. So let me just do that. Here we go. How's it going, Nesden? Hope you're well. Let me load. There you go. Now you can see it. Here we go. So I don't know if this is not actually, no, but this is not, is this the tech demo I wanted? No. Hold on, let me just find, where's the other tech demo there? It was this one, here we go. So this was the Unreal Engine 5 demo, and it blew everyone away. By the way, thanks everyone for the likes so far. I don't know what we're up to, but thank you so much, my friends. And keep your questions. We're going to do quick questions at the end in about 2-3 minutes. Now, I'm going to skip through this because the bit that really blew everyone away, I don't know what Nesden thought.
We're here to show you.
Here we go. Hold on. Okay, you ready? Here we go. This did look insane.
Technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4. What you just saw and are going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60
It's running on standard PlayStation 5.
So in the game, you'll be playing as Ciri, a professional monster slayer, a witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin. The region we are in is called Kovir, and you'll get to explore it in a game. Right now, Ciri is investigating the monster, and after gathering new clues,
I mean, this looks crazy.
Nearby village.
It does look amazing. And they go into the tech of like how Unreal Engine is able to basically, you know, do the foliage so seamlessly, and it's a whole brand new way of doing it. It makes it a lot easier for developers. The animation of the horses looked ridiculous. And they show you how, you know, how it's able to map out all the muscles or the muscle structure underneath the skin. And that's how it moves so realistically. It's insane amount of details.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized.
But what got me about it is the fact this is running on the base PS5 and it's running at 60 frames. I don't know what the resolution is, but that freaking looks like 4K. It's gotta be. But the thing, I feel like they would have said it was 4K if it was.
And there are also some really nice improvements to Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver.
86. Thank you so much for joining us, my friend.
So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance.
Here we go, look. This demo's... Did you see this 86? This demo's insane.
So
absolutely insane demo.
Let's behind for a second and talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world is natural, organic, especially Kovir with its dense forest and wild nature.
Yeah, and wild nature is hard. And with nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that
It's just crazy. Like, what I want to know is, what do people think looks better, this or GTA 6?
So we are excited to introduce nanite foliage.
There we go. This is how they do the foliage.
And in order to achieve gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle.
This is Witcher 4,
and the old LED tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive
Look, it's just crazy. I'm showing this because this would be, with GTA 6, the impossible port.
And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows, and they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
And no compromise means how ambitious we are.
Look at this, and then watch how it transitions into finding Ciri now. Watch this, 86.
With Epic, we created faster way to load the world. We can now bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Ciri.
Look at this. Akuma, mira esto, Akuma. El Witcher 4. Wow, 86. This is check this out. This is running on a base PS5 at 60 frames.
Welcome to Valdrest. So Valdrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade, and mining. It's one of
now,
those
call me crazy.
You can meet shady characters or
call me crazy.
It's also where Ciri took.
But is this workable on the Switch too? Oh man, it looks like no. But
the marketplace and food.
Do you know why I always say this will be coming to the Xbox Series S almost certainly? How will it run on the Xbox Series S? I mean, this looks stunning. What do people think? Does it look better than GTA 6 or does GTA 6 still look better? Akuma, ¿qué piensas? ¿Mejor esto o GTA 6? I mean, it looks crazy. It looks... I wish I'd asked my brother. My brother, like, does game design. We can get close to this.
Guys, notice how responsive the world is.
I mean, it just it looks so detailed. It's so and I wasn't expecting to see gameplay until way further down the line next year, maybe. I'm surprised we got gameplay like this so soon after the announcement. But it looks crazy.
Oh, look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper.
Absolutely insane.
That's what happens when you cheat at Gwent.
Absolutely insane. I still need to jump into The Witcher. I haven't finished it, but so whilst you guys are watching that, I'm just going to see if there's any other news left for me to talk about before we call it a night and get your questions. Give me a sec, my good friends.
Like you probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
You're off your tits again, Wilfred. Get your ass up.
Nah, I think that was all the news for today.
A typical day's toil.
Who in? Ah, Witcheress.
Mr. G, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do questions in about 1 minute, Mr. G. I'm gonna do questions from everyone. Preguntas ahora mismo. I just saw there was like a Zelda chessboard. I thought, well, let me have a look, but there's no pictures of it, so that's rubbish. That's like the worst post ever. But right, we'll leave it here for that, my good friends. Let's bring down the volume, and then we're gonna get ready for questions and to call it a night. Get the music right, my friends. So this is the last 5 minutes of the stream. Get your questions in. Get your questions in. Any questions before we leave? 5-minute Q&A at the end. Pregunta si alguien tiene alguna. Do you think Witcher 4 can come to the Switch 2? Do you think, like the CEO of NVIDIA said, that the Switch 2 has the most, what do you say, the most advanced graphics in a mobile device? That's what he said, word for word. That's what he said. Viste eso, Vidia probably saw it. So, you know what? I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna play it again. We don't want to see that. I'm gonna play it. You know what? I'm gonna play it again. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna find it. 1 sec, my friends. Give me 1 second. So apparently, can I even find it now? Probably not. The Switch 2 has the most advanced graphics of any. I can see it there, but I can't see why I wanted to find it now. Where is it? 1 second. Nah, I can't even see it. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's find it. Nintendo. Okay, let's find it. Some of you didn't see what you said. Here we go. Just finding it now. Here we go. Let's pause it. So once again, because it's only 2 minutes long, this is what the boss of NVIDIA had to say.
Proud moment for all of us at NVIDIA. We've worked with Nintendo for more than a decade, drawn together by a shared belief.
I'm going to skip it a little bit.
His purpose.
If any of you have just come in now, it's at the beginning of the video.
Inspires our work every day. Together, we poured everything into that system.
Here we go.
The Nintendo Switch took over 500 engineer years at NVIDIA. We rethought the entire over 500 engineer years. We poured everything into that system. The Nintendo Switch took over 500 engineer years at NVIDIA.
500 engineer years.
The entire stack. Chip architecture, OS, APIs, game engines, so the magic could travel with you. The results speak for themselves. Over 150 million consoles sold. A global platform that brought could be. And now, a bold new chapter begins.
Here we go.
The mission: build a new console.
It comes a soundbite.
That takes the original vision further. To make it so, we had to reinvent everything. The chip inside Nintendo Switch 2 is unlike anything we've built before. It brings together 3 breakthroughs. The most advanced graphics ever in a mobile device. The most advanced graphics ever in a mobile device.
Oh, it sounds sexy when he says it.
The most advanced graphics ever in a mobile device. Advanced graphics ever. Most advanced graphics ever. The most advanced graphics ever in a mobile device. Full hardware ray tracing.
Say it again.
High dynamic range for brighter highlights and deeper shadows. And an architecture that supports backward compatibility. Dedicated AI processors to sharpen, animate, and enhance gameplay in real time. And it's ultra low power. We optimize the semiconductor process
Efficient.
technology for high performance in a handheld device, so it can go wherever you go. This chip is a technical marvel.
Technical? What is it?
Marvel. This chip is a technical marvel.
A what?
This chip is a technical marvel. Chip
A what?
is a technical marvel. Chip is a technical marvel. It delivers performance, intelligence, and beauty in the palm of your hand. Switch 2 is more than a new console. It's a new chapter, worthy of Iwata-san's vision.
Yes, it is.
To our friends at Nintendo, congratulations. We're honored to be on this journey with you. And to everyone who loves games, let the fun begin.
Damn, there you go, my friends. And it's very curious because they did work very hard on this chip. And when I spoke to Nintendo insider Nash Guido about this, he was telling me that actually NVIDIA was pushing really hard to get a little square on the box of the Switch 2 saying powered by NVIDIA. Apparently they really wanted that on there, but Nintendo were like, nah, mate. Your chip's inside the console, not on the box. But apparently NVIDIA really wanted that. I can see, okay, here we go. So questions, now all our questions before we leave. Here we go. You ready, peeps? Let's get all the questions ready. So let me get ready so I can put them up so I can see them. Hold on, but I got 2 bits of music going out. There we go. In fact, hold on, I want this one. Oh, give me a sec. There we go. All right, so questions before we leave. Here we go. Ready? So there we go. Okay, let's scroll up. Okay, I can see we got Chris Mueller. Mueller, is it? I don't want to say it wrong. I feel bad if I say it wrong. Right. So you said, yeah, it's so strange how many people are trying to play down the Switch 2. It's weird to me. Yeah. By the way, is Chris new? Why don't I have the hands? He might be new. We gotta. You know, you gotta say hi to everyone that's new here. Everyone, make sure you say hi to Mr. Chris M, I'm gonna call him. That is, yeah. Do you know what I don't understand? This is how far I'll go, right? When all the rumors were coming out about the specs of the Switch 2, all the haters were already complaining, saying that, you know, that it was underpowered, that we wouldn't get any current gen, that, oh, Cyberpunk would look like trash, What happened? We got Cyberpunk. They made the build in like a really short amount of time. It's being upgraded all the time, by the way. It's being built. It's going to have another upgrade because the NVIDIA is working on another upgrade to the DLSS, which, let's not forget, is custom made for the Switch 2. So as good as Cyberpunk looks now, it's going to look and run even better. And I'm going to tell you how. More than that, what happened? We saw it running, and we even saw it compared to the Xbox Series S by Digital Foundry. And they said it in plain English. The image quality on Cyberpunk on the Switch 2 is better than that on the Xbox Series S, and it's running better. Do you know what I heard haters say in my feed the next day when I said that? Oh, but it runs at a base of 540p. It runs at 540p on the base, and then it gets upscaled, so it's worse. I don't care if it had a base resolution of 50p. I don't care. The end result, use your eyes, it looks better. Doesn't matter what the base resolution is. The end result is it's looking better. Same as Street Fighter 6. I wish I could show you the video now, but it's gonna be too much of a long video, and I've got to wake up in 4 hours. So yeah, as Chris Mueller saying, you know, it is strange how people just really want to push down on the Switch 2. They really just don't want it to succeed. And it's even more than that. It's this really weird, like, mental health, weird behavior where it upsets them. It upsets them that, like, Nintendo, consumers, fans, players don't mind playing a game that isn't 100 FPS, 4K, 60 all the time, whatever. Like, they got mad when we enjoyed playing Doom at 30 FPS, 720 on the original Switch. They couldn't understand why we didn't want to play it on PC or PS5. Maybe we did as well, but we liked playing it on the handheld. But that, for some reason, it angers them. You know, oh, it's like, how could you choose to play it that way? It's disgusting. Like, are you having fun? Are you having fun? That's all that counts. Hey, it's like The Witcher 4, right? It looks incredible. Graphically, it looks stunning. Might be a boring game, I'll be honest. Witcher 3, I liked it, but I did get a bit bored. And there's plenty of games that look stunning, but it doesn't matter. If the game's not fun, it doesn't matter how good it looks. If the game looks simplistic, but it's super fun, wicked. That's all that counts. That's all that counts. And I did see that Chris Mueller said he's new. Welcome to the channel, my good friend. Mr. G asked about the Switch 2 giveaway. You said, are you giving away the beginning? Hopefully the beginning so I don't miss it. No, I'm going to be giving it at the end, Mr. G. I think I'm starting the Switch 2 giveaway at 6 p.m. UK time till 6 p.m. UK time the next day. So 6 p.m. I don't know if you're in America. For a lot of you, it's around midday. On the 6th, that will be. Oh, by the way, if you've just seen Chris Mueller, I am giving away a Switch 2 on the launch date in our 24-hour stream. 86 says Doom Eternal on Switch was epic and docked was amazing. Yeah, it was good enough to me. It was 30 frames locked and it was 720p. Sometimes it went down. It had dynamic, resolution. And it was what it was. But they always move the goalpost, right? It's like now that we're getting Cyberpunk and it's 1080 with DLSS and 30 to 40 frames. Now it's, but it's not 4K. Oh, it's not 60 frames. I was like, I don't care. I don't care if it's 4K. I don't care not. Do you know what? Most of the games on PS4, when it's meant to be 4K, ran at 900p. Instead of not even 1080, 900p, most of those games ran. On PS5, I don't even know how many games are running 4K 60. I don't even know. I bet you it's not half. I think, here we go. Chris Miller says, I think they're afraid that it's going to upset the order of things. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's so weird. It's like, you know what? Nintendo fans are just different. It's like when we had the Wii U and it was flopping hard. We wasn't saying, oh, the PS4 is terrible. Oh, look how badly it runs games. Oh, like, oh, look, it doesn't have Mario Kart. It doesn't have Mario World. It doesn't have Splatoon or Pikmin. We just let people go on with their business. I had a PS4 as well. I had a PS5. I used it as my Netflix machine, but we don't insult other things. I just did. You know what I mean? But for some reason, when Nintendo starts to get, a system that sells, like these haters just come up from all over the place. Like the Wii, it's a gimmick. It's for kids, it's for families. And then we had the Wiimote. Sony released that weird dildo with the ball on the top. They just copied. Microsoft did Kinect. Like we do the dual screens, they do dual screens. We do fitness games, they do fitness games. We go back into handheld. All of a sudden, news that Sony wants to do another handheld. Microsoft was going to release another handheld until they sidelined it. Apparently, they always be copying Nintendo. Always copying Nintendo. We had the Rumble Pack in the N64. They come out with what's it called, DualShock on PlayStation. We come out with Mascot Racers. They come out with Crash Bandicoot Racers. We come out with Smash Brothers. They came out with that weird Sony. I couldn't even remember what it was called. That weird Smash Brothers wannabe. They always be copying. And then this is turning into a run. If tomorrow Mario Kart came out on PlayStation, every single one of those dudes will be buying Mario Kart. They'd be buying Mario World. They'd be buying Splatoon. Please, man. Oh, they'd be picking up Pikmin like doobies. No problem, Mr. G. Chris Miller says, it's really about the form factor when it comes to the Switch. That's what got me. Yeah, it's just convenient. It's just convenient, Like, I waited for every game thinking they would come to the Switch, and I just waited. I waited for Alien Isolation. I mean, I played it, but I was hoping to come out on Switch. I waited for the Dooms because I thought they might come out to the Switch. And then after we got Doom, I thought, man, these are impossible ports. I'm gonna wait. Wolfenstein 2, I'm gonna wait. It came, and a bunch of games like that came. Even Witcher, no one believed. And this is the thing, right? When Digital Foundry said that no way can GTA 6 run on the Switch 2. Remember what they said? They said the same thing about Witcher. They said that could never run on the original Switch. And what happened? We got it, and they had to retract their words. So, we'll see. GTA 6, Witcher 4, we'll see. DG says, I'm going to get dinner in a few minutes. No problem, DG. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, my good friend. I'm going to go in 2 seconds as well. I've got to be up in 3 hours, 45 minutes. I don't have the thumbnail now, but I'm doing a video of my top 10 games from Switch 1 that I want upgraded to Switch 2, and I've got a nice little list on there. We have the real gaming anywhere. Exactly, you know what I mean? And then they always say, oh, Nintendo always sticks to the same games. Nintendo introduces 1 or 2 IP with every new console. N64 had Animal Crossing. GameCube had Pikmin. It had something else as well, Eternal Darkness. The Wii has, what was Wii? Was Wii Splatoon? No, Wii U was Splatoon. What the hell was on the Wii? Wii Sports and other stuff. Switch, we got ARMS and like Labo and like a bunch of other stuff. They always be bringing out new IP. I don't know what these chats are chatting about. Charlie Delgado! I'm gonna be recording it and maybe hopefully uploading it tomorrow. Well, I might record it and then play it during my 24-hour stream to give me 10-minute sleeps. I missed most of the stream, but I'm going to subscribe. Thank you so much, Mr. Chris Muller, my friend. Thank you very much. Where's the claps? Very kind of you, my friend. Very kind of you. There you go. Here we go. 86 says Splatoon on PS5 would be second on its Fortnite. Yeah. Charlie the Gal says, yeah, top 10 games. Can't wait for that video. It's gonna be here tomorrow. It's definitely gonna be here tomorrow. DG says, ADB, are you picking up your Switch 2 or ordering it? I've ordered it. Although saying that, and 86 will know about this. There's a game store here called Smith's Games, I think it's called, and one of them is doing a midnight launch, so I might go to that and to buy one there for the giveaway. But plus they got goodie bags, so I want to see what's in the goodie bag. So I might, if I do that, if I go there at midnight, I might actually stream the midnight launch on my phone. So I'll see how I feel, because now I'm only having 3.5 hours sleep. Who knows? Yo, I feel like this is someone new surely as well. Conman 1374, one more day, he says. Welcome to you, bro. I feel like you might be new. Welcome. By the way, thank you everyone for hitting that like. I'm about to go. I was literally just about to thank everyone. No, I'm not streaming today, Charlie. Oh, sorry, am I streaming that day? Sorry, yes. I'll be streaming. If I do the midnight launch, I will stream live on my phone, the midnight launch. But for all of you who don't know, and those who do, don't forget, I will be streaming on the day of launch. In fact, let me get where's the thumbnail? Give me 1 second, I'll show you. Here we go. So, let's get the little animation going. You can see little mini me there introducing the special 24-hour stream on launch day, 6 p.m. UK time until 6 p.m. the following day. I will be giving away a Switch 2 at the end of the stream. I'm going to be playing loads of Mario Kart, Cyberpunk, hopefully Split Fiction, definitely Fast Fusion. I'm going to be playing all of it. So make sure here, if you know anyone who wants to get in on this giveaway or just subscribe, send them all this way. I'm so close to 3K. I'm so close to 3K now. But we'll keep going. We're going to keep going. All the news, we got our podcast now. You can also find the Nintendo podcast on Spotify. So check that out. I got merch already designed. I'm going to hopefully put that merch up tomorrow or the day after. Very exciting times on the channel. Very exciting times on the channel indeed, my good friends. Let me show. Whoa, blank. We've got a blank. Here we go. And we see Super Mario glitches in the house. I got Red Ring of Death 360. I didn't have a 360 at that time. I did have a PS3, but luckily it did not break. I have had loads of dodgy Joy-Cons. But who hasn't? Super Mario. Right, I am going to go because I've got to be up in 3 hours, 40 minutes. But don't leave just yet. I'm going to thank everyone. So, from what I can see in the chat, Super Mario Glitch, thank you so much for tuning in. My good friend, we caught you at the end. DG, thank you as always for tuning in. My friend, 86. One of our golden oldies in the chat. I don't mean because you're old. I mean because you've been here since the beginning. Not that you're old. I'm older than you, 86. Charlie Delgado, welcome back to you, my good friend. Conman, if you're new, I feel like you might be new. Welcome to the channel. Of course, Chris Mueller, who is new as well. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining, my good friend. I saw Bidia was here earlier. I saw Akuma White was here earlier. Mr. G was here. Thank you so much both for tuning in. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. As I said, it was a very short stream today, so apologies, but it was going to be a video. I didn't have time to record and edit it, so I thought let me just go live instead. Nesden was in the house. Ioku, of course, was in the house. I could have forget. Edward Lashley, who I think might have been new. If he's still here, welcome to you as well, my good friend. Thank you for joining the stream today. And that's all I can see. It doesn't let me go. It doesn't let me go. So, let me get this ready. Right, I'm going to go, my friends. I will be back tomorrow in some form, either a live midnight launch video or a video of my top 10 games from the Switch 1 that I want on the Switch 2. I'll give you a couple of from there. Bayonetta 3 and Astral Chain. I want both of those. Improved graphics, improved frame rate, all that kind of stuff. But I've got loads of games that I think some people aren't thinking about that would be killer on the Switch 2 with upgrades. So, stay tuned. If you're new, hit that like, subscribe. Thank you so much, everyone who's made the stream so much fun today. More news tomorrow. Until then, everyone, have an awesome night. Have an awesome sleep. And I'll see you later. 2 more nights until Switch 2, my friends. 2 more nights. Take care, my friends. Bye.